Let me ask you a simple question. Why is it that some people always seem to have money no matter what the economy is doing, while others work hard their entire lives and still struggle? It's not because rich people are smarter. It's not because they're luckier. And no, it's not just because they were born rich. The real difference is how they use money. Today, I'm breaking down the most common mistakes beginners make with money, how rich people think differently, and most importantly, how you can start using money the same way, even if you're starting from zero. Let's get into it. Most beginners treat money like this: I'll pay my bills, buy what I want, and if there's anything left, I'll save it. The problem: there's usually nothing left. Rich people flip this completely. They pay themselves first. Before spending on anything else, they automatically move money into savings or investments. They don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems. How to avoid this mistake? The moment you get paid, immediately move a small percentage, 10, even 5, into a separate account or investment. You won't miss what you never see. Start small. Consistency beats big amounts. A lot of beginners believe rich people are rich because they save every penny. That's not true. Rich people don't just save money, they use money to make more money. Saving protects money, investing grows it. Beginners often keep all their money in cash, which slowly loses value due to inflation. Rich people understand that idle money is actually shrinking. How to avoid this mistake? Once you have an emergency fund, start learning basic investing. Index funds, dividend stocks, businesses, skills, anything that can grow over time. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to start. This is a big one. Beginners often buy things that feel like assets but actually cost money every month. Expensive cars, gadgets, luxury items bought on credit. Rich people ask one simple question before buying something: will this put money in my pocket or take money out? If it takes money out, it's a liability, no matter how cool it looks. How to avoid this mistake? Before making a big purchase, pause and ask: is this helping my future or just my ego? You can still enjoy life but build income first, then upgrade your lifestyle. Most beginners believe the only way to earn is by working more hours. Rich people know time is limited. That's why they focus on leverage. Leverage can be investing money, building businesses, creating content, owning systems that work without them being present. Working harder has a limit. Owning assets doesn't. How to avoid this mistake? Keep your job but start building something on the side. Learn a skill, start a small business, invest consistently. The goal isn't to quit working today. The goal is to stop relying only on your time. Many beginners are taught that all debt is bad. Rich people know there are two types of debt: bad debt, credit cards, consumer loans, depreciating items, good debt, debt used to buy income producing assets. Rich people use debt strategically, not emotionally. How to avoid this mistake? First, eliminate high interest consumer debt. Then, educate yourself about responsible leverage. Never use debt to look rich. Use it only to build wealth. Beginners often look for shortcuts, get rich quick schemes, hype investments, overnight success stories. Rich people play the long game. They understand that real wealth is boring, slow, and consistent. Compounding beats excitement every time. How to avoid this mistake? If something promises fast money with no risk, walk away. Focus on habits that work over years, not weeks. Time in the game matters more than timing the game. Most beginners have no idea where their money actually goes. Rich people track numbers: income, expenses, net worth. What gets measured gets managed. How to avoid this mistake? Track every dollar for 1 month, just one. You'll be shocked how much money leaks into things you don't even care about. Awareness alone can change your financial life. Beginners are trained to consume, buy more, upgrade faster. Spend now. Rich people think like owners. They ask, how does this work? Who profits? Can I own a piece of it? Ownership changes everything. How to avoid this mistake? Instead of asking, what can I buy? Start asking, what can I own? Stocks, businesses, digital assets, skills. Ownership is where wealth lives. This might be the most dangerous mistake of all. Beginners wait until they know everything, earn more, feel confident. Rich people start before they're ready. They learn by doing. How to avoid this mistake? Start messy, start small, start scared. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need momentum. Many beginners subconsciously believe wealth isn't for them. Rich people believe wealth is a skill, not a personality trait. Anyone can learn it. How to avoid this mistake? Change the story you tell yourself. Instead of "I'm bad with money," say "I'm learning how money works." That shift alone can change everything. Here's the truth. Rich people aren't doing anything magical. They just make fewer emotional decisions and more intentional ones. If you avoid these mistakes and start thinking differently about money, you don't need to be rich today to become wealthy tomorrow. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe for more content on money, mindset, and building real wealth, and comment below which mistake are you going to fix first. See you in the next one.